close the deal, baby. Let's go. I get so good with people, I can say whatever the hell I want to.
What do you got going on today? You should come up there if you're available.
Dion, how you?
Cool, man. You're
What's
gonna
up? What's up? What's up, everybody? What's going on?
You on Instagram Live?
You know I had to turn on the live, man.
Man, you gotta teach me how to do that.
What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, everybody? I'm Ryan. I'm a nobody on Instagram, but I could be somebody.
Damn, somebody said T-Row up at Propelio. They already knew where I was at, man.
Damn.
You guys popping, man.
We try.
I didn't even get to say the announcement. I was at Propelio, man. Y'all know where I'm at already.
Yeah, we're Propelio. We're doing a pre-record. Probably in the next 2 weeks we'll release this, so be on the lookout.
Whoa.
Propelio.tv, youtube.com/Propelio.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
I gotta be present, you know?
Oh, there he is.
There we go.
We gotta learn.
Man, we got a whole squad here, man. What's up? What's up?
That's Travion.
Travion. Everybody introduce yourself, man. Travion, what's up?
Trey, my hashtag is ResilientTitan89 on Instagram.
Yeah, it is. Casey Della here, co-host at Propelio and investor in Dallas. Connect with me.
How can they connect with you?
Oh, that's a good question.
You're on Instagram now.
I'm on Instagram now. Casey Della, Dehle. Casey buys houses. You'll find me. You will find me.
And sorry.
How the hell you run off, man? Where you going?
Ryan S. Harper. I'm Ryan. We all run Propelio TV, but I'm the big guy wizard behind the screen, maybe.
You're a wizard.
Community builder. That's
Community
us.
builder.
That's us, man.
Yeah, guys. So about to do a pre-record here. I will make sure. Hey, everybody. I'm gonna get somebody. Hey, put all your IG name tags in here. They just said tag your name.
I
yeah.
did mine a
You
second
get
ago. Let me do it again.
Put my first one.
Oh, you do it, and then it's even better, huh?
We just passing it down.
Yeah, pass it along.
You know what's funny is
Y'all make sure y'all go follow everybody. Show love. Real quick, get that hashtag in there. It's our turn. Y'all know what we do.
If our next event,
We
if you
still
got
live?
a bunch of those, I'll hand them out. Or how much do I buy them for? Whatever.
how to do this.
I can send some.
Okay.
I'll send some.
Yeah, because we do and then one of these times we get you out for an event.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah. Our last event, I bought all these books because we had Sean Whalen out, and I forgot to. Well, he didn't make an event. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Ryan. I'm trying to be better at the Instagrams. I'll do better. I've done pretty good on the Facebooks.
Isn't this amazing?
Working hard on the Instagrams. There you go, sir.
They go hard.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Let me put my let me show y'all this right here. A little behind the scenes, real quick.
You show them back here.
Quan, what's up, man? This is my favorite part over here, guys.
Is it too early?
This is my favorite part over here, guys. Check it out.
We go live on
Zay,
live.
Zay, what's up, man? Yeah, check it out. This is pretty dope. This is crazy.
Yeah, so when we do an event,
I need to step up my game, guys. What y'all think? I need to get this in the house. Get the studio going.
at our events, I get like cases and cases and cases of that stuff for our events.
So I got you guys back behind the scenes of Propelio TV. Pretty cool. You said I teach you guys a lot. I appreciate you guys saying that, man. I hope I'm giving you some information that can help you become successful, whatever you want to do. So I had to take a quick break from the We Live event to do a pre-record because I got to get out of town. But I want to make sure I get this recording in. So how's everybody doing today on Saturday? If you didn't come to Dallas, Texas, I promise you just missed a heck of an event, and it's still going. It is still going. But it's not too late. Get your ass in the car and come on down now. or jump on that flight. What y'all think? Pretty cool.
Hey, Tony.
You said come sign your book. Hey, I'll sign your books. So I will be back. How long, guys? How long before we get back? How long you think it would be?
Hour and a half.
So we should be back around
2 hours, maybe, at least. Or not at least, but at the most.
12:30. If you're in the hotel, I'm gonna have like maybe like 2 hours to be able to do that before I get out of town. So make sure you get with me. I'll sign all the autographs, take all the pictures, and get with everybody. We're gonna have a good time.
It's a good bit. Okay. Go off, man.
So I should be back about 12:30. This is gonna be a good one though. So
Can I show off my desk? I'm proud of my desk.
he wants to show off his desk. Heck yeah,
I
man.
do, man. I need to do a YouTube video of this. It's messy. I got my TV. I got 2 TVs, and I put my laptop there. This is my desk.
Got it going on, people. You see, you got the hydraulics on it.
Yeah. I love this thing, man. I got my Whataburger. But I don't know. I'm just proud of my desk. That's all.
Y'all see it. Stand up and do it.
I'm trying to. Cool.
It's a show.
I'm such a loser. You know my first ever post on Instagram?
You see, you listening to the polites and watching the closer, man. You multitasking, huh?
Huh? What?
Says, hey, they say your desk is messy but cool. LOL.
It's a reflection of his brain. That's what's happening.
I fully know it's messy, and it kills me that it's so messy. Casey.
Thank you. Don't break the equipment. Thank you.
What y'all think, man? This is a pretty cool setup, man. I really need to get the whole. What y'all think? Get the closer show. Get some shit like this, huh?
Yeah, you need it.
Man, this is what Max is doing. Max has a whole like 8,000 square foot creative space.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what that's all about.
My man Zay said he multitasking. Man, Zay, y'all be showing love. Look, somebody said Propelio. They know it.
Yeah.
They know it, man.
I love it, man. I love it. I love hearing that people know it.
You never know who's watching. That's why it's consistency is the king, right?
Yeah.
Consistency is king.
I'm going live on live right now.
Live on live.
It's actually my first live Instagram.
I need to get better at the
ever,
Instagrams.
and I think it's a good occasion to bring Tony.
Hey, what's up,
Tony
everybody?
the closer.
Going live on live. So y'all see this? We're going live
We got
over
live
here.
on live, y'all.
Live over there. Live over there.
In the great state of Texas.
Let's do it. Live on
Tune
the
in to
live.
this interview. We're airing Tuesday.
Tuesday.
We are.
So this is going to air on Tuesday, everybody. Somebody said, securing that bag. I'm always working. Always working.
Always working. Always be closing, right? ABC.
A lot of people say always be closing. I'm always just working. 'Cause I'm not always closing.
Closing, though, is not always working either.
I'm always helping people solve
There
problems.
you go. There you go. Solving problems.
yes.
So I'm going to take these people around the studio. This is behind the scenes at Propelio.
It's a badass event.
Propelio TV.
There's so many
We bring you
people.
educational
You'll probably
content
pick
on
up
real estate investing from
200,
people all over
whatever.
the nation. So if you are just getting started or interested
What's up, everybody?
in learning how to
gotta
get
get
started,
back.
no matter where you are.
Prestige Worldwide. How you doing? How you doing?
TV,
What's
live
up?
on Facebook, YouTube. We have about 15
Yeah, real one.
We interview some really cool
Kyrie,
people
what's
in
up,
the
man?
field, so check us out.
Man, I love this thing, man. Check
So
this
that's
out,
just
man.
Instagram Live, and then it goes away in a day, right? Or
It
no?
goes away 24 hours. So I record all mine. I screen record them. I have my brother-in-law
And then just put it on YouTube.
edit it. Then we go to YouTube because I think it's value in each and every one of those. So even if it's something that might be one small nugget that can have an impact, I put it up there, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let people if they want to get one jewel, one nugget, whatever we might share.
Is this my mic?
Somebody said, "What's going on? What's going to take place here?" So doing an interview with Propelio
what's going on,
TV right
everybody? It's
now.
Ryan. I'm learning more Instagram stuff from the great Tony Robbins Jr.
Oh, wait, man.
while he's online.
We were almost triple live there.
I'll learn one of these days.
Hey, look, I tell people consistency is king, man. If you got people say, "Hey, what's the number one key to your success? And I'd say, man, no matter who you think is watching, to continue to do what you do, because you never know, man. Like, it's always like, I get so many people that came up to me over this past weekend. I had no clue who watched my IG and my YouTube and all that. I'm like, man, you never know.
Never know.
But all I see is names and dots over here, you know, and I don't know who's coming in, who's going out, who's staying around. But when you start putting faces with those IG names and everything, man, it's crazy.
Well, that's like we have a lot
They
of
said
people
this, so y'all at We Live watching me. Y'all know y'all wanted to see the closer. Go tell Max, I want to see the fucking closer. Max, I want to see the closer. We want the closer, baby.
Put it on the big screen at the event. We'll go live.
That's amazing.
That would be funny to do this. It's like, you know what? We won't pre-record. We'll just go live and throw it up in the big screen at the We Live 19.
Everybody was like, hey, when are you speaking? When are you speaking? I said, not this time. Next time. I know what the people want. They call me the people's champ sometimes.
Yeah, so we're going to do it.
This will be pre-recorded, and I think it will be played. You said Tuesday?
Tuesday, 11 a.m.
Tuesday, 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 Eastern Standard Time. Y'all ready for Vegas? So I didn't tell y'all about Vegas yet, did I?
So we don't
No.
So my 100K club, the whole blueprint that I put together for everybody.
Yeah.
To celebrate at the end of the year, everybody's success, I'm going to do, like, basically, this isn't a money-making event. It's going to be an event that I'm just literally, everybody's invited. I'm going to make the ticket price so inexpensive, it just literally covers the cost of all the expenses of the hotel.
Very cool.
So I want everybody to come in and share their stories, their journey through going from either not having a deal to making six figures. And we already had a ton of people already in the first quarter of the year make six figures, and they never had that before.
That's insane.
So
When is that?
that'll be in November of this year.
November of
in
this
Las
year.
Vegas.
Awesome.
The Cosmopolitan Hotel.
I love that hotel.
At the Chelsea. The same place where Bruno Mars and everybody performs at. I got that place, and we're going to make a movie.
That is awesome.
It's going to be crazy. And it holds 2,500 people. And I'm telling you, for the price of the ticket, it's going to be a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. I promise you.
And you got your firm at 2,500, right? You got to cut off at 2,500?
It's 2,500. It's 2,548 is like max capacity.
So you got to get in while you can.
So yeah, you guys better make sure as the minute that I release those tickets, you better jump in.
Very good.
Robbie, I appreciate that. I appreciate that compliment, Robbie, for sure. Charles, you said hit you when I hit the motel lobby. You're not at a motel, man. I know you're a little country guy, but it's not a motel. That is a big ass hotel. You can't even call that thing a motel. That thing has a dome.
Trying to figure out how to put this.
So y'all not 21 yet? You don't have to be 21 to go inside the event. You might not be able to get all drunk in Vegas, but you can come to Vegas and not be 21. I mean, and then y'all know what they say. What happens in Vegas? They say it stays in Vegas, man.
Say so, anyway.
That's what they say. What will the tickets cost? It'll be under $300. I'm going to make it dirt cheap. I honestly, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and break all that. I'm going to make the tickets $197. How about that? I'm gonna make it $200, and this thing is going to be absolutely insane. $197. When I release these tickets, it'll be $197. It's a $2,000 value for this ticket, but I'm going to make sure I eat all the costs on everything. I want you guys to be there. I want you to be there. That's the most important part. If you can't be there, if you can't experience people's success and them going, from 0 to 100,000 or better, then you know what time it's going to be.
Sir? How does that look? Trey?
Yeah.
How does that angle look? Is that wide enough, or do you want more wide?
What y'all think? Is that a fair number? $197. I'm literally going to
That's the
take
widest it'll go?
all that stuff. I'm gonna let you guys get in. I want as many of you to show up.
Up? Yeah. Very good? That's better. You like it? Yeah. Casey, you want to go ahead and sit down?
Yep.
You want to take the far right?
So guess what? Everybody, I'm gonna do the early bird. When I drop that early bird, I'm gonna tell you right now, you better go on and sign up, get on there. Somebody said 196, 98 sounds better. Okay, for the 196, what was that? 196.98. I'm gonna put you in the back row though. I'm gonna put you in the back since you don't want to pay that extra $1 and some change.
It's cool, but I think.
We'll do that. We'll do it today.
Okay.
Figure it out later. Hey, welcome to Propelio TV. I'm
Introduce yourself to my IG.
Hey, what's up, IG? My boy, my name is Tony the Closer. I help you show. Man, I can't even talk. I'll help you close more deals, man. I'm Tony the Closer, and I help you close more deals. What's up, IG? Appreciate the love, man. Damn, I couldn't talk right there.
Head down the road. Two things. Head down the road.
Got a little juicy mouthed it.
Closing.
That's how you do it.
Definitely.
I got both. Come on, this will make us show us.
Ooh. Ooh.
She did that to me first. I was like, yeah.
Hey, where's the hand sanitizer at? Where's the fucking hand sanitizer?
That's ride or die right there, y'all.
Right now, baby.
That is so funny. Listen, you got to be careful with
You know
this
be
guy
funny?
around.
You know be funny? That's the most views that we ever get in our lifetime is that. It's like, oh shit.
That's just camaraderie, man. It's just Animal.
That's all good. Why people be crazy, right?
That was
So stupid.
Did y'all see that shit?
Oh. Because she was cleaning off her lipstick.
What's up, man? What y'all
Hey, did that
doing?
water get delivered yesterday, Trey?
Get it.
All right, cool.
Y'all see the shit that happens in the studio, man? Damn. Licking fingers and
Hey,
tapping up and all that.
Casey, can you grab me a water bottle? Or grab 3, please?
That was the face.
You like our studio, huh?
Heck yeah.
It's not ratchet?
Somebody said, what happens in the studio stays in the studio. Shit, that
Dude,
shit,
you
that
ain't
shit on
lying.
IG Live, man.
You ain't lying. Unless it's AG Live. Then you're like, oh, shit.
They said, that dude licked his fingers.
She licked hers first.
Liar. No pics didn't happen.
It's on IG.
That's funny. Want some water?
Yeah, just put them over.
Alright. Even though I dropped one.
Thank you.
Where I'm sitting at?
You're going right in the
Middle.
Right in the middle,
Middle.
sir.
Cool.
I have to mic you up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Trey will hook us up. So, Casey, you're going to be looking at that camera on
Which
the
one?
intro. This one?
here? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, good.
What's that?
Is this like secrets or is it actually
Well, I was going to say
closes?
is you can use this camera right here, the middle camera.
They're actual
Yeah.
secrets. They're
Like
21
my-
proven secrets.
So, like, that'll be my
So,
camera.
would
That's
you be
it.
cool
This
sharing
camera, and that's her camera.
top 3?
And you could use the 4K
Sure.
camera
Is that
as
cool?
the group shot.
So I think what we'll kind of
sense?
head down the road
That's kind of
of
where we've been
we'll
going.
introduce
That
you,
way he has his
give
own.
you a super quick tell everyone
Yeah.
a little bit about who you are, whatever you want to tell them, and then I'm trying to think because I don't want I want to get into the meat fairly quickly.
Well, we also let me see.
So
I got this.
is there anything that's off limits? Anything you don't want to talk about? Anything
Man,
you don't want to be asked
I'm
about?
so transparent.
Okay, cool.
I've
Cool. I
been
like
through
that.
it all, and I tell people my story. Like that's the part. I think that's why people really like me. They resonate with the fact that I'm like truly genuine.
Yeah, perfect.
Been through shit, survived the shit, still here to make it and avoid shit. Y'all,
All right.
y'all ready for the behind the scenes?
I just making shit happen.
I don't know. Some weird stuff.
Did you want to IG this?
So we'll see.
Might as well. I've never done this before, so we'll see if it works.
What is that?
What's that?
What's that for?
If he wants to.
Oh, we just gonna keep this thing going rolling, baby.
Fuck it, I
Yeah,
don't give a shit.
we let this thing roll, y'all.
Nice.
You go up and down?
Yeah, IG is up and that way. Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work. Are y'all?
You ain't just see this, y'all just missed that shit right there.
They're gonna be like, dude, that kid is weird.
Hey man,
Whatever works.
it's been a whole lot of shit happening in this behind the scenes back here, y'all.
Trey, is that? Yeah.
You should see us on a Friday,
Yeah, that's all.
Never
okay.
know what's gonna happen.
So what'd you do? We could put that thing right there. You just gotta make sure angle it up. See if it looks good. Free content. It's content, right?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh shit, that didn't work. I got something. Can you hand me another clamp?
I think you have to clamp it
First,
on the bottom.
get the phone in here a little bit better.
Good. Alright. Well, I'll just screw this whole thing up.
Who's gonna be? Can we get it?
Well, let's just maybe focus it on you,
Okay, cool.
You can do whatever you need to do, man.
and then we'll just
Behind the scenes.
then they'll get the full thing when they tune in.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Y'all ain't see this yet, huh? I know. I normally don't. Y'all know I make cold calls great again. If you haven't already, check the link in my bio. Cold calling course is now released. It will be. We will start our first cold calling module April the 1st. So if you haven't already, get inside. Get your get in there right now so we can get this thing going. I think my mic's live. Am I?
Are you
He'll
mic'd up?
check here in a second.
Yeah, I'm mic'd up.
So,
I'm ready. So, Ryan?
hey everybody, check, 1 2 1 2, da da da, la di di, da di do.
Alright. Everyone talk for a second.
Hey, we're just all gonna talk at the same time. You too, sir.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah,
What's up?
so
What's
he's
up?
gonna check, make sure we're all
We're
good
doing
together.
a mic check right
Dandy
now.
dandy
Yeah, there you go. Oh, you already got notes? There she is.
Make cold calls great again,
Sure.
though. That's the key. Make your cold calls a lot better. We're gonna
Right?
do that.
Fear is not in this.
Huh.
Is it working?
Am I good?
Oh, no.
Was that good? Okay.
I'm gonna learn so much shit about this.
I know,
So-
right?
So, what direction you want to go with this case?
So, we'll throw it to him a little bit about who you are. Just a quick roadmap. We don't have to get too crazy because I know Max covered it really well. Kind of how
I gotta tell my own story. I'm gonna tell my own story.
Well, you told your own story really well, but say whatever you want to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
here.
I'll just
You go
whatever,
for it,
yeah.
and we'll just kind of have a conversation about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I think we obviously want to give you a plug. I really like the blueprint.
And then,
your
Trey,
hashtags.
we're gonna
So
go
let's kinda
intro on
navigate
Casey.
into where you saw a
Yes,
gap
sir.
maybe in real estate, and
Okay.
that's
There, you
what
can use
kind
the
of
bottom
clicks in
one.
your mind and why you're so successful
bottom
is because you're looking at it from the
Yeah, don't-
perspective
don't
of helping
fuck
other
with these.
people,
Sure.
right?
Absolutely.
So you're giving people these blueprints,
So
things
the
like
one
that. We'll
is
get into
easier
okay, what are the
here.
top 3 things that you think
So
either that are in your
that is.
proven secrets to success,
so
start to
yeah.
finish, and then I
So
always
what
like to
this
ask
gets feed
people
into
now that you're
all
in it,
into
and
this
it's been
one.
what you said 3 years.
So that way you
3
can
years?
tweak here and then pick with this thing.
Kind
And
of
that way it
where
doesn't-
what are you really
Yeah,
developing
this is
now?
your
Like
feed
kind of
to that.
because everybody starts
So
somewhere
instead of
and kind
having
of
you multiply
evolves
once,
into
all you gotta do
something
is
else.
like,
So
boom.
I want to take it that route,
Okay.
and then
Makes sense.
shit, let's just have a
Yeah, so
conversation
this
just
is
about whatever you want to
It
throw
is-
out there.
I don't know the audio.
We don't have live audience this time asking questions and whatnot, so we'll just kind of be here.
That's cool though. I'm good,
So
right?
here,
You're easy.
everyone
It'll be
is,
easy to talk
Casey.
to.
I can flow this thing. They don't know. I
you
love
got
talking.
this. That's
I
perfect.
love to talk.
We like guests like you because you've got a lot to say and you can just take it away. That we want to boost you
Perfect.
and
Okay.
your value and your platform. So our audience is anywhere from super seasoned worth millions to just getting started. That's
Sure.
literally your range. Everything from commercial to single family. Every strategy you can imagine is in there. So maybe just touch on kind of some of the strategies you're doing, kind of your main
Hey,
role,
check,
what
1
you
2
enjoy
check,
doing,
1 2.
and then how
Hey,
you can help
everybody.
other people.
Hey,
So
this is
kind of
probably
like
actually the volume I was going to speak.
that. This is my first time ever, and so apologies ahead of time about this.
Yeah, but now you're on IG
It's your first time what?
This is my first time
hosting. I usually do the lead in.
I'm usually just.
It's
here
all
for
good, man.
questions.
We're gonna knock this
We're all
shit
learning
out.
together.
Hell yeah, we are.
We'll knock it out.
So I got some things I want to ask you too. So
Did you get a drink or
That
anything?
way.
I got a
Water
water.
drink.
Did you want a drink
Do
or
you
anything?
want
Just
like-
water
No,
bottle?
I'm just good, yeah.
Water straight.
Perfect.
Unless you got marijuana.
Actually, we do. Just in
When
case.
we get back to the hotel, well, I have a.
They know. My people know. Where's the weed?
I personally don't partake.
Hey, listen. So what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm gonna cut this live off and I'm gonna cut it back on so we get the full hour. I don't want you to miss any of this interview that we're about to do. So I'm gonna cut it off. We're gonna restart this thing. Actually, I'll let it run until I know everybody. Whenever
Yeah, we're almost starting.
As soon as we about, let me know when we're about to go.
Like what? 2 minutes, Trey?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so
2
guys,
minutes.
in about 2 minutes, I'm gonna cut this thing off. We'll start it back up, and you can check in on the on this live feed. Be great.
Do we want to just move the table back? Get a bigger, wider view? You think that'll be good, or do you care? And then this thing Because you want more of you, right?
It was already all of me.
Well, man. There you go.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
I love the Propelio TV behind me, man.
I didn't really. Yeah, we'll just do that. That's cool too. That way it's more
I think like right there is good.
Yeah.
sexy. It's a sexy man right there.
Oh man, holy shit, guys!
What?
I'm just teasing, man.
Man, I like this Instagram TV. I'm not on. Yeah, so you know how we do it. We do an intro. Hey, quick break. I wouldn't say break, but hey, thank you for being here. We'll be right back. Trey will do his intro, and then we'll come back with a.
Do you go by Tony Robinson Jr.?
Or just
I go by Tony the Closer, baby.
I
Tony the
like to
Closer.
call you Tony the Closer. I want to use
Tony
your brand,
the Closer.
Bob. Trey, can you angle this little thing to the left real quick? Oh yeah, turn that guy. Boom.
Man, y'all got lights, man. This is
His
We're gonna
little
make it look good.
his setup right here. It's not level, and it'll annoy me. So just like a half turn to the. You don't even have to adjust anything. You just manually just jerk it. There you go. All right, that's way better. It was kinked. That looks more level now. People tune in just see you. That's awesome.
Man, they love me, man. I love them back.
That's awesome.
That's
man.
all it is. You give love, they give it back.
That's badass.
Simple.
You good?
But you got to mean it because people
What's
can
wrong?
sense when it's not authentic.
Oh,
It's
hey,
true.
Sonia, can you sit down, sir?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty.
Perfect. So, Case, you remember when you do an intro, look at that camera?
What camera am I looking at?
You can look straight ahead or just look at us. We're just
Okay,
having
cool.
a conversation. So
All right,
I
cool.
wouldn't worry about camera angles unless you want to make something that's like, if you're making a point to like the audience,
Get the 21 proven secrets now.
yeah, you can do stuff like that. But like other than that, we're just having a conversation.
All right, cool.
But like, because you'll see me do it, be like, really? Or something like, but.
And if you fuck up, who cares?
Well, I go,
Red light, that's when
man, I go live.
Yeah,
every
red
day,
light
so-
is live. Red light is live. No light means we're not on.
Okay, cool.
And your mics, like, they'll pick up even when we're switching in and out. Your mics will pick up on anything you say. So
Okay.
just FYI.
Not all the time.
I'm like,
Most of
I'm very transparent, and I do use a lot of profanity. I hope it's not too bad.
No.
We say whatever, however you want to be branded to be you.
I'm just me, so just like it's a lot
Yeah,
of
we don't.
just,
No,
you know.
we always tell people like, what do you want? How should I dress? Like, however you want to be branded is how you want to be branded.
Yeah.
If you're looking for somebody to hold you back, that is not us.
And real quick, can everyone pull their mic packs out of their pockets?
Even
No,
me.
It's not on mine.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. It was the 10 something's wrong with that thing.
Yeah, we got ratchet stuff.
You can just set it too on there unless you feel like you're gonna be.
Well, he'd probably stand up and yell at
I
people.
know. Do it.
Ryan S. Harper, people follow me because I don't. I'm bad at.
Go
selling
follow my
myself.
people. They're tagged in the comments
Yeah.
already. Make sure you guys go follow everybody and support. You know what we do. We support everybody. It's our turn, baby.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing about this industry is honestly the camaraderie, the support is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's like in real estate.
Most of the time.
Most
Well-
of the time, it's a lot of haters around
There's
here
a
too.
lot of haters,
So, but
but
like,
screw
what,
'em.
I'm so like tunnel vision on helping the people that want to
Yeah.
be helped, and that's for me. Like, you pay attention to and give the energy to the people that's for you. Like that. That's really what I'm about.
Cool.
I think that makes it super easy.
You ready, Trey?
Rest, for sure.
Alrighty.
All right.
So,
Do you want to do your thing?
Hey guys, I'm gonna cut this thing
start
off and we're gonna
recording,
restart it.
Ryan.
What's that?
I'm gonna start
Yeah, hold on 5 seconds.
recording. Okay.
He's going to stop his IG and then start over.
Okay.
Hey everyone.
Hey, it's Casey,
It's a
Propelio
perfect
TV. Great episode planned for you today. We got Tony the Closer.
Alright.
We're coming live right after this.
Ready?
Something like that. That's all you got to do.
Alright.
Go straight to Casey.
Oh, so it's an intro, right?
The intro
Has
is
the
to
movie?
Casey.
Okay.
Casey is the intro.
Because that'd be super
You
awkward
mean
if I was
I'm
talking,
talking about, like, as
and it was on him.
The pre-record? The video?
Like as the main Propelio intro.
So we're doing like we always do. Propelio TV sponsored by, straight into Casey, straight into the intro, and then back to us.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Camera 6.
Alright. So I have to
But the preview needs to be Casey.
got it. Alright.
So We got. So when she's talking, we're just chilling because we're not on camera.
Sure.
And there you go. You got this.
Alrighty. Started recording. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Casey Deli here with Propelio TV. I am beyond excited for today's live. We have an amazing guest, Tony the Closer, and we are going to get right into it right after a word from our sponsors.
Lights cut on. You killed that shit. That's what I'm talking
Coming
about.
back.
You killed that.
What's
shit.
up, everybody? I'm Ryan.
Hey!
What's up? What's up, everybody? Tony the Closer. What's going on?
Excited, man. We've been talking to you for the past like 20, 30, 45 minutes. It's just like, man, shit, I should be recording this. We should be recording this. We should be recording this.
And we have been, so.
Yeah, so if you're new to Tony, make sure you check out T-Rob
56.
on Instagram. Amazing content. We were talking about that before. Consistency. And you just pumping out stuff right now. So it's awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. Man, I really appreciate you guys having me here. Obviously, we're in Dallas, Texas right now. Maxwell has the We Live 19 event, which is going amazing right now. You actually got to do a Q&A with Gary Vaynerchuk yesterday, which was pretty cool. So we had Gary V in the building. And obviously, I wanted to come in. We talked yesterday, and I was really excited to come and share some love
Well, a
with you
lot of
guys.
people were asking you when you were taking the stage, right?
Yeah.
So not this time, but we have him here. So we want to take
While I'm in
advantage
Dallas,
of
I'm
your
here.
time.
You know what? We're going to talk, man. I wanted to talk. Shit,
Yes.
you know, like my mouth, man.
So we don't want to hold you back. Why don't you tell everyone out here who you are, where you came from, and what you're doing?
Real quick, though, I do want to interject. Sorry. Only because, like, you're Tony the Closer, and it's like, I'm already closed. You haven't sold me shit, but I'm ready to give you money. So pay attention, keep with us this whole episode. I promise you it's going to be great. So go for it, man.
Yeah, man. So I'll try to give like the speedy version of who I am. Grew up originally in North Philadelphia. Mom and dad separated. Hardworking mom. She was in the fast food industry, working 2 jobs, always on the go. My father was in North Carolina in the military. When I was about 12 years old, I moved to North Carolina because I was being bad as hell. Ended up moving with my dad, and you know how that experience goes. You go from being with your mom to your dad. My dad was military at the time, so it went from like a North Philly little bad kid to I went to like boot camp.
Yeah.
And so 1996 moved to North Carolina and start really honing in on football and making my mind from that early age. I was going to be an athlete, and football was my path. And happens to be Maxwell. He was one of my Pop Warner friends, and we just kind of
So y'all go way back.
go way back.
Long time.
Because I know you were saying earlier, Max my best friend, but this day and age, best friend could be, man, me and Casey, we're close. We've known each other a year and a half.
Yeah. This is like really like longevity.
Y'all have
Lifetime.
grown together.
Lifetime.
Longevity. So since 12 years old, we've been really just super close, trying to figure out our way, our journey. Max went into the military. I was a college athlete. Ended up playing, being an All-American in college, getting an opportunity to play in the NFL for the Seattle Seahawks. Max was like a huge supporter in that movement. I didn't go the traditional route, so I was a actual undrafted free agent, and you had to go through the extra steps to try to make it. So this is 2006. Max and I were creating YouTube content, and at the time I knew nothing about YouTube. I think YouTube actually had just started, and Max started recording my workouts. We created a website called roadtonfl.com, and every day, Max wasn't an athlete for starters. Like you can tell by, he's not like super athletic. He was our kicker.
Woo!
I always take shots at him about it.
We need a new golden nugget, except it's the shade.
Yeah.
It's the shade.
I
like
always
it's a
give him-
cloud.
He was our kicker, so like big black Jamaican kicker. So like
Max, it's not me giving shade. It's this guy.
we always do that. He knows that. So, but he was like, just my truly supportive all the way through the process. He actually put together a highlight tape for me. So we start. Like, this is the cool part because people, when you look at how people use postcards and things of that nature now, we created a highlight tape that Max put the 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack to. And just a crazy story. we looked up every pro personnel director in the NFL, every scouting director, and we started sending out my highlight tapes to each of those teams. And back then, we did what was traditionally like people doing now with like postcards. We were using different color envelopes and things to try to bring
This is for the
attention to
NFL.
This is for the NFL.
You know what's funny is that's a callback to we interviewed a guy named Scott Dickers, and he created this thing called The Onion. If you're not familiar with it, it's like this huge satirical fake news publication from the 80s.
Okay.
And he taught us the whole, you got to be in 7 mediums. And we're like, 7? What are you talking about? So there's video and then there's print.
Yeah,
he's like street art.
marketing.
So it's comparable to the same conversation of like, you got to get eyes on
And
it.
did y'all catch that though? The things that we're telling you to do in real estate, he's doing in NFL, and writing with
It
the
translates.
It just looks different.
Yeah, so it's like, how bad do you want something? I always tell people, we always say we want things, but like, are you really willing to put in the work and make the sacrifice to do it? So first off, what we had to do is we had to go and find all these pro personnel directors and everybody from each team. So it's like we're doing the same thing you would do right now, driving for dollars. You find a team, but now we got to go and find who we need to get in contact with in order to have a point of contact to even see if we can have a conversation. So we found a list of all the pro personnel directors. So we go to the NFLPA. Found by looking. We looked pretty hard, and we found every pro personnel director, college scout in the NFL, and we began sending out the DVDs to each and every team. And everybody, I sent with a delivery confirmation with a return receipt, so I knew that it was signed for and that it was received.
Smart.
And I would literally, the minute that I saw that it was received, and this, I'm gonna tell you something. We were broke as hell. Like Max had like a 3,000 square foot house. I was literally living with Max in this house. He was a broker at the time, and he had it. I didn't have anything. I was just like college guy, just getting out of college and trying to get my dream fulfilled in the NFL. So we were taking every dime that we had. We're eating like ramen noodles in training and eating bowls of cereal. Like bare necessities. Sleeping on an air mattress, and we literally just grinded, until we found like teams that were, going to even give us an opportunity. So every day I was working out, and then I would get on the phone and I would call every pro personnel director and college scout that I had sent the DVDs to. So cool story is everybody saying no. And it was just like, I was like, hey man, just take 30 seconds and check the first 30 seconds of the tape. If you don't like the first 30 seconds, I'll never call you again. I had the same spiel that I said to every single pro personnel director, college scout, and everything else.
So basically, you were direct mail marketing to them and
cold calling, yes.
With the follow-up. That's beautiful.
Absolutely. So one day, I saw Will Lewis from the Seattle Seahawks had received my package, and I gave him a call. And by chance, I did some really creative stuff. So I called the secretary. They had it's always levels. You're trying to get through the gatekeeper, and the secretary answers the phone, and I said, "Hey Janice, how you doing? I just got off the phone with Will. Do you mind passing me back to him real quick?"
Smart.
So
gatekeeper, bye.
So she goes, okay, sure, no problem. And Janice, it's crazy how I still remember the names, right?
Yeah. Janice
passes me to Will Lewis, who's a pro personnel director. And I said, hey, Mr. Lewis, how you doing? Tony Robinson. Just know that you got my package, and I just want to see if you would take the first 30 seconds to watch, and if you do and don't like it, I'll never call you again. And he goes, who are, he didn't know who I was at all.
Caught him off guard.
Caught him off guard. Hey man, I'm looking for an opportunity. Check the first 30 seconds of it. If you don't like it, I'll never call you again. He goes, well, I'll take a look at it and I'll call you later. I said, no. Just while you're on the phone, please, man. While I got you, I need the first 30 seconds. I just need 30 seconds of your time. If you give me the freaking 30 seconds, that's all I'm asking for. And he was like kind of hesitant. You hear him pause for a minute.
Yeah.
And I hear him tear open the actual envelope. Envelope rips open. I hear his CD drive open up, and then I hear the music. And when I heard the music drop, the tears start going down my face. Because I knew I had him at that point.
Yeah.
I knew it was over with. All I needed was the opportunity, and I knew I would get in there. I still get chills to this day.
That gives me a little bit of chills.
Thinking about it. And he was like, I'm gonna call you back. Within 30 minutes, he had called me back, had booked my flight, Janice had booked my flight. I was going to
I
Seattle.
remember Janice's name too. She booked
Yeah.
my flight.
I was headed to Seattle to go in for a workout. So, I'm all excited. I'm like, hey, Max, we finally got an opportunity to get in this thing, man. It's like, we're ready to go. I get to Seattle, and there's 5 other linebackers. They were all from like D1 schools also coming into a workout. And I'm like, shit.
So you went from a high to a real low real quick, huh?
Very quick, because
Yeah.
like I had knew these names, so it was intimidating as hell, because you see guys that were coming from like major schools, USC, Florida State,
Because they've
and
been
everything
on
else.
TV for years. They're huge stars already.
Guys that I had just, they had either NFL experience or very major teams already. So I was like, oh my God, man. But I blew it up. I destroyed the workout, and I was the only linebacker that was signed out of the workout. Ended up going through that season, getting allocated to NFL Europe, and injured my foot in Europe for NFL Europe. So the bullshit job that I didn't want to go to was the NFL Europe job, and that's where I ended up getting hurt, and it kind of changed my career path. So while I was going through rehab and everything else, I went back home, and my sister was working for Rick Hendrick Dodge, and I wanted to go buy a car for my sister, and ended up getting pitched the opportunity to be a salesperson. At this time, I was unemployed, and I really had no experience in selling anything at all. Didn't know much about cars.
Did that scare you at all? Like not
Absolutely.
having that?
I saw my sister having some success with it, and I was like, I know if she can sell, I can sell. And because she's not a salesperson.
But you think that comes from your family heritage, or just it was more of like my brother sister type of competition?
Confidence or
Well, as my sister do it, I can do it.
Well, I guess it was just because she's my sister. Obviously, I'm like, man, I know if Keisha can do it, I can do this too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And I had got so many from Enterprise. I was trying everybody, and everybody was just turning me down. I had dreadlocks. I was like fresh out of football, so I was a real at this point I looked like an athlete. 240 pounds, like walking into an office looking like a freaking linebacker. People like, holy crap, like this is dude.
You better buy my car, or you dead.
But the main thing was people were like, are you gonna cut your hair before you come in here? Like people wanted me to make a transition and look a certain way before they would even give me an opportunity. But Hendrick ends up giving me an opportunity. I actually kept my hair, and I ended up busting my butt there. The first month I get into the business, we go into a sales meeting, and they had a board of all the sales guys, and they were asking everybody, what was your goal for the month? And there was one sales guy who was the top guy at the store that was like, he was going to sell 17 or 18 cars. And, I'm the new guy, and I'm just such a cocky ass. Like, when I see him say 17, they ask me, hey, they're going through the room, everybody's like 4, 6, 8. They get to me, they're like, how many are you going to do, Tony? I say 20.
Yeah.
And Sean looks at me, I still remember Sean's name too. He looked at me like, oh, you little cocky bastard. You think you're going to come here and you think this is just easy. And I was like, yeah, write me down for 20. And my sales manager was like, I'll put you down for 8 to 10. I said, put me for 20. So he put me down for 20. He said, if you don't get it, you won't keep your job. I said, no problem. So for the next couple of days, I literally ate and slept and breathed the dealership. I tried to consume myself with as much information as I possibly could as far as cars, sales training, and everything.
So you made that goal of 20 before you had a clue what the job even was?
I didn't know shit.
And they said basically,
That's
so whatever
great.
number you put down, if you didn't reach that number, you
You're
were cut.
gone.
Was that the thing?
So because I was being such a cocky ass, and
That's what he said.
The goal for the average salesperson sells 6 to 8 cars a month. I said I was going to do 20. So if I didn't hit my goal, he was going to terminate me. For one, I had dreads and I was a black guy, so I was feeling like it was already just like I was already on ice.
Yeah.
And we start off the month, and I just consumed myself with like I ate and breathed the car lot from the time the dealership opened at 7 o'clock for the service lane till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night when the last person left the lot. I was going to be the person there.
This is what, 07, 08?
This is 2007, 2008, excuse me.
Yeah.
And that was my whole thing. I was like, now I'm going to fully consume and commit to having success in the auto industry. And I kind of remember like some of the stuff that was happening with me throughout the process of when I had just bought the car for my sister. The things that I went and shop my sister's price. Like, I was like, from my damn family, I was like, hey, look, I'm not sure if this is a good deal or not. Let me go to a couple other spots before I decide if I'm going to do this or not. So I was just putting myself in the perspective of how I felt as a buyer going into the dealership. And I start just basically reverse engineering how I felt and positioning myself to help people they're coming to purchase cars.
And real quick, if I jump in, that's like sales 101. We talk about that here at Propelio so much about you are not the hero of your story. We talk about Grant Kemp on Grant teaching them. It's like you're not the hero. You're not the protagonist. You're just the guide. You need to let the person, who you're trying to do business with, they're the hero. They don't give a shit about you.
Correct.
You need to remember that because, like, in this room right now, I'm the biggest. I'm the guy.
Right.
But the reality is, if I'm trying to do business with you, I'm not the guy. You're the guy.
Correct.
And if you can't do that, if you don't realize that, you're never going to be. You can still do one or two deals, but you're never going to grow to massive success.
And to kind of just jump on that point, what I really like about what you said, and I kind of just want to kind of hone in on that, is the fact that a lot of people talk about sales. They say, "Hey, I'm not good at that. I'm not a closer. I'm not this and that." That's a bunch of BS excuses, you guys. Because what he looked at it was a perspective of a person standing in front of you. They're looking for something. You've got something to sell them. Y'all just got to figure out what that commonality is. So that's the biggest barrier, I think, to people's brain in going into sales and being successful is that one little piece. And you were like that right from the get-go.
It's the mindset.
Yeah, absolutely.
Touching on my book, the 21 Proven Secrets, the secret number one for me is the mindset and how you position yourself to help people.
Well, real quick, just because I want to plug as much as possible, where can they get that book?
You can get that book and on Amazon right now. It's a bestseller. The Closer's 21 Proven Secrets. It's also, you can find an ebook copy on TonyTheCloser.com. But for me, it was literally mindset. So I came with an approach that I was going to help the people that were that had an interest in selling it, or buying a car. And my first month in, I sold 23 and a half cars.
That's amazing.
And
so the goal was 20.
The
You
goal
sold
was 20.
23 and a half.
Right. So
Did the other top guy, did he stay, or he's like, well, I'm out of here?
No, he actually stayed, but he was like, holy shit, this kid is everywhere.
Yeah.
And for me, it wasn't that I knew everything, because at the time, even though I sold 23 and a half cars, it wasn't a lot of money I made, because it was a lot of mini deals. I didn't understand how to hold gross. I didn't understand how to box trades and things of that nature where you can make more money. But I was just committed at the number at that point. I was just running for numbers. I was like,
well, I don't want to go too far ahead, because I know I did cut you off, and I wanted to get you back on that target. But when you were talking about putting yourself in the eyes of if you were going to be the guy, because it seemed like you had a little bit more to go that direction. I just want to give you the opportunity to do that, because I did cut you off. Just because I wanted to make sure that people saw the power of that.
So I just wanted to make sure that as I went into helping people as far as them purchasing their vehicle, I was remembering the experience of how I even shopped with my sister. And I wanted to isolate and remove all the uncertainty of what people feel as buyers when they go into the car lot. So I started giving them all the information. I would literally get in front of somebody and I would show them the invoice. I would show them everything that we owned it for. I was completely transparent. I was like, hey, look, I know you're going to make sure you're getting a good deal, because I just did this myself. So I'm going to give you all the information to help you make a decision. Whether you decide to do business with me or not, I want you to see what transparency looks like. And obviously, I'm here to make money, too.
And that seems rare in the car industry. I think it has a reputation for not being transparent. So you were really bringing an experience to people that they hadn't had before.
Correct.
Right?
But not just that. That can go into other industries. I think people are scared to let other people know that, yes, I am going to make money. So like in real estate, they don't want to let people know that, oh, I'm about to make 50 grand.
Correct.
I don't know if I would say, hey, I'm about to make 50 grand on your ass. But if you were like, hey, this is my business, this is what I do, this is how and this is why I have the ability to make what I do. Could you do it? Possibly. But this is right. So it is a business. So I think people are hesitant, scared, or I don't know. They just don't want to put that out there.
But I get it. That's why I tell people all the time. It's like understanding what you do. That everything is evolved around helping people get to their end goal. Zig Ziglar said it best. He said, you help people get what they want in life, and you can have everything you want. And
That's like a golden nugget, I feel like, honestly.
What's the most hesitant request for a golden nugget of all
Nuggets,
time?
please? No, I really want to just kind of pause on that, honestly, because a lot of people are going in, I'm going to do this because I need to make X amount of money and I need to do this and I need to do this. You had a goal in mind, but at the end of the day, you were like, I'm just going to help you get to where you need to go, and my lag goal of 20 cars is going to be a result of that.
Absolutely.
There's a lead goal, lag goal. There's the subtask to get there, and that was yours.
Absolutely.
That's big. That's good stuff.
So then it was kind of cool, right? So I hit this goal of 23 and a half cars, and people say, how did you get half of a deal? So what happens is, if another salesperson is involved in the deal, then it's a split deal. So it goes to a half a unit. And I was so hungry to get the 20, I was skating people and everything. If I was stealing deals from people and shit, I was just like, man, hey man,
the sales guy's about to go to the restroom. Oh yeah, the bathroom's there. Whoop.
Is Mike here today? No, I don't know where the hell he's at, man.
Oh, he quit.
That dude's out of here.
He's on another lunch break.
So
man.
I had a lot of people at the beginning when I first got in, and I was kind of rubbing people the wrong way.
Yeah.
So I had to clean up a little bit of that part of it, but ultimately, like, it was me running after a goal so aggressively to obviously keep my job for one, because prior to I had been unemployed for a couple months. So.
But yeah, it goes back to being hungry, and you were talking about before, and I don't know if it was in the truck or here, but about being broke and about being that desire and having that drive, and that's such a common theme for the most successful people in our industry in real estate.
Man,
So
I tell people all the time, like, a lot of people say they don't want to, be broke anymore. They want their financial situation to change, but they do the exact same stuff. There's nothing that they change about their situation.
Yeah.
So for me, I knew the only way I was going to do and change everything about me is to help as many people as I possibly could.
That's good.
And just that month, I sold 23 and a half cars, and I probably made like $7,000, which it was like not shit for 23 cars, right? It was good money. Obviously, making $7,000 when you didn't have checks coming in was good, but people were like, "Dude, you made $7,000. You sold all those damn cars. It wasn't, you didn't really. That's not impressive."
So before we go to break, I do want to start plugging this early. It's our time. Hashtag it's our time.
It's our turn, man. Yeah.
Man,
Did I mess up again? Yeah, it's our turn.
It's our turn, man. I see you doing stand up there.
So what is that? So we can get our audience to start using it, and we can talk about it more throughout the. What is that before we go break?
Yeah, man. So through all the real estate investing and just in general, people always like make it about just themselves. And it's like a very selfish approach to life, and life is very lonely when you make it only about yourself. And last year, Max and I, like in October, had the We Live event, and I saw some of the people who were impacted by what Max had did as far as building the brand, sharing advice, and Max actually, he came up with the name Tony the Closer because he was like, he knew how good I was in sales, and we just started kind of talking about some things in the industry that were kind of like missing spots. And he was like, hey man, like, bro, like, you got a special skill set. I'm gonna call you Tony the Closer and tell my audience about you. And at that We Live event, I started hearing stories of people who were like in some bad spots. I mean, like in some fucked up spots. And the information that they had got off like the YouTube and free information helped them change their life. And it was like some extreme like stories that were being shared with me. And I kind of had like a money first approach when I first like got into like this business. And when I saw that, when I saw the people who had impact, that maybe if they didn't have the financial means to afford me or whatever, that they would be isolated out of the help that would be necessary to keep them from going and robbing and stealing or whatever else. And I was just sitting there one day, and I was like, man, I'm gonna go live on IG, and I'm gonna go every freaking day, because somebody, you never know who's listening, and it's like it's important to just give out information as much as you can. And late October, early November, I started going Instagram Live every freaking day.
This was last year.
Last year.
So fairly recent.
Very recent.
Yeah.
And I just start like really wanting to just pour into people and helping them get out of these situations, because that with me, for example, I have a skill set that I've trained so aggressively and so heavily that I can help people, close deals. And I was like, man, You know, I saw somebody say, "Hey man, it's my turn. You know, I want to make some money." And it just hit me. I said, "No, it's not your turn. It's our turn."
Nice.
And the minute that we all understand that through a community aspect of uplifting each other and pushing each other to greatness, that we can all hit our goals and we can all get to where we want to go, will make everybody better. No matter if you're black, white, or whatever, we need to stop the division and we pull together, and that thing will literally just become a whole
That's one thing I love about our industry, and we're going to go break right after this, but we say it all the time, is when it comes to real estate, nobody cares if you're black, you're white, you're female, you're male, you're gay, you're straight, you're whatever category there is. It's all about the numbers. If the deal works, the deal works. If we can JV, let's JV. I don't even have to like you. Let's just do it.
Right.
So that's what I love about this industry.
Yep.
So if you like what you're seeing, please please drop some likes, some shares. If you don't follow Tony the Closer, follow him, TRob56 on Instagram. We're going to be diving right back in. There's so much more to get to. We haven't even gotten to, we're still early in this conversation. So make sure you stick around. We'll be right back. Give us some likes, give some shares, and let us know what you think.
And you guys over there, make sure you smash that like button. Share this post with about 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, we got a second.
My bad on the golden nugget.
It's all good. You got it good now?
I'm going to demand that.
So you got my text? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got it.
That's awesome. Yeah.
It's awesome.
So we got
I
another
love
30
it.
seconds. So just
Okay?
chill for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah,
I love this.
we because we just record it like we're live, so we have no post.
Okay.
All we do is just upload.
Cool.
That's actually why we started doing so much live, is because the Travion's only one man, and there's no way he could edit as much as we're doing. So we made the decision.
Who am I coming back on?
It'll say Propelio.com.
No.
Come back on Casey. Hey, we're back talking to Tony. Let's get back into it.
Hey everyone, we're back with Tony the Closer.
Hey.
Tony the Closer. He's telling us how he got started in this industry, and you were just talking about abundance mentality and hashtag it's our time.
It's our turn.
Turn?
It's our
I did it
It's
again!
our turn. It's all
It's
good.
because I'm so used to hearing his voice. It's our
Turn.
turn.
It's our turn, baby. It's our
Let's just say
turn.
it's our turn.
You
It's
know
our
what?
turn.
I will say
Woo!
this: sitting here talking to you, because we talk to a lot of people, and there's really smart people, there's really rich people, and there's people that you're like, man, I'm feeling what you're digging, but you have a vibe, and I don't know if it goes through the screen, but like just sitting next to you, man, it's like
Yeah, it does.
there's like an aura of like, man, this guy's a badass.
Like I'm getting chills. I'm like, let's go close some deals. Like I'm getting
Yeah,
excited.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. For me,
And we don't fluff, by the way. It's all real.
For me, I'm just passionate.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
This means something to me. Like helping people means something to me. When I tell people, like when it means something, it matters. And that's like really what it's all about.
You can't fake it.
You can't
Dude,
fake it.
that's a
When it
nugget
means
there,
something-
Trey.
You can't fake
When
it.
it means something, it matters.
That's why you hear so many people talk about, especially in real estate, right? They say, listen, you can sit there and start this industry with I want the financial freedom with that number in your brain, but those are the people that are going to struggle and fail. You can only get so far with it. And so I love that you're kind of hitting hard on this. You have to be passionate, and you have to find what you're passionate about.
So from your point of view, when it comes to closing, Tony the Closer, is it more of the drive and the work and the hustle, or is it more of, okay, how can I get to the meat of actually closing? Is there some techniques, or is it just like, because I know desperation, because if I'm like trying to talk to a girl, like, and I'm all desperate, she's like, bye.
So I'm gonna tell you, this is
You
how
see what I'm asking?
This is how I sold 20 cars in my first month, right? So obviously transparency was key because I was giving people all this information and letting them see exactly what we owned each product for. But because I had an NFL background, imagine how people looked at me as far as I wasn't the person that was going to take advantage of them.
Because you're loaded.
I positioned myself, even though I was broke. I was like, "Hey man, I play football. I don't need your money, man. I'm just
Right,
here,
because that
like,
perception. Yeah.
That is a golden takeaway. I used to do that in sales too. Be like, listen, I don't need this deal. I get paid anyway.
Right.
Yeah, so I just really was like, I'm here to give you all the information to help you make a decision. If it works for you, fair enough. If not, fine. Like I just want to make sure that I take care of you either way. Whether you decide to go with a Chevy, if you decide to go with a Dodge, I'm just gonna give you all the information to help you make a decision. Period.
So on that, like what I heard, I mean, we all heard it, obviously, but like you had the NFL experience, but you use it. You had this because we talked about this last week actually about find something that's your unique, unique in New York. I don't know, but you find your unique quality and put it out there, and that's what people will gravitate to. Even though on the backside of it, it might not be full. Like, hey, maybe my wallet is empty, but the perception of you're unique is, man, he's in the NFL. He's got to be loaded. Why is he doing this? He's just helping his friend out sell some cars. That's what I would think.
Yeah, so it's important. Like I tell people even now, transitioning into speaking about real estate and how I tell people every day when I go to a seller appointment or anything, it's always about positioning. You know, I'm always busy. I got a lot of other appointments to go to, and I'm here to provide you value on this amount of time that I have allocated with you. And I don't need your house. I want to help you solve your problem.
Right, so you're not coming from a place of desperate. We always say don't be a desperate buyer.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And so no matter what position you're in, you've got to take, I call it just the takeaway. You're taking away, because immediately someone's response to you is you want something from me and their guard goes up, right?
Correct.
It's automatically there. There's some people in sales who always say, get as many no's out as you can, like make them say no. A lot of people try to go the other route. They get people to say yes, yes, yes. I think to get people to say no, you're just breaking down that wall to a place of, hey man, we're cool, we're on the same side of the table. I don't need this. It's all good.
So for me, I'm super big on the relationship. Whoever I'm doing business with, I want it to be a relationship, and I set like an expectation with every seller, everybody I do business with. Like, hey, this is team us, and you got to understand. Like, I know you probably talk to a whole bunch of other people who may be trying to prey on you and take advantage. But if this deal doesn't make sense and make you feel good, then obviously it's not going to work. So,
I love hearing that. I just want to throw up a tip that I got from Grant. Actually, Grant, I keep it like Grant because I love the guy. Is like when you're walking a house, stand beside each other. Because right then we're side by side. So when you do come to the negotiation table, we're still side by side. It's not me versus you. It's us trying to make this deal work together.
I don't sit across the table from people during negotiation. I sit directly side by side with them. That's one of my actual techniques.
There's your nugget.
There you go.
There you go.
Sit side by side.
So the face to face from across the table, a lot of people feel like their guard is up.
Yeah.
So
there's at least a 3-foot barrier of wood.
Correct. So even in my car sales experience, I realized that if I was sitting side by side and being super transparent, and I'm so real in my conversation, like I'll tell people like, hey, look, like stop being a bitch, like you know, like this is the best decision for you. You know, we've already talked about it, so I ask enough information to make sure before I even go and look at a house, for example, or if I'm in the car industry, before I even go take them to the lot to go start going around. I'm asking questions. What are they hoping to accomplish? What's your ultimate end goal? How can I make sure that I get all the information now so I can know exactly where to direct you? Mm-hmm. And then I set up the stage where we're friends. So the minute that we become friends, and it's not just like this awkward person that I'm dealing with, I can say things that are a little more edgy that I can invoke a decision one way or another.
Right.
Because you built that rapport.
Because the rapport is there. So a lot of people get on the telephone with the seller, and before, like in the first 2 minutes of the call, they're talking numbers. They're talking about house size of the house and things of that nature. They hadn't built any rapport. They hadn't built any credibility for themselves.
Like, hey, how was your son's football game?
So I call that. I always call that when I help train people. I say you have to earn the right to ask them, for that relationship. You have to earn the right. To earn the right, you have to get to that place. And I heard you talking about a close one day, and it's along these lines. Because you say everybody gets hung up on the numbers. It's the first thing they want to know. It's a lot of sellers when they pick up the phone are going to be like, well, what do you want to give me? Give me your best offer, right? And you said something about getting that out of the way, right?
Absolutely.
So that you can get, so you take that kind of point and you kind of put it over here to back your way in to the conversation. So how do you do that?
So when people ask me about price, no matter how, it comes up, whether somebody's offering me X amount of dollars or whatever, the minute that I hear it, because you know it's about to come, I go, whoa. It wouldn't be fair for me to know. Keep that to yourself, because price is the easiest part of my job. What I need to do is ensure that what we're actually looking at as property can fulfill what we need to do on both sides. I need to come and take a look at it, because obviously over the phone we can talk numbers, and I just think like, to be a professional, I need to be face to face with you, taking a look at it. Obviously you wouldn't expect me to buy without seeing it. I'd be glad to give you all the information, make this process as seamless as possible. When's a good time for us to get together, today or tomorrow? And it just literally, it started making it so much easier for me, because that's something I got out of the car industry. Mm-hmm. Because I sucked on the phone at first. And I was like, everybody was like, hey man, I just looked at stock number, da 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 da. How much can you get me for it? And I was trying to like talk price over the phone, and then people were hanging up on me. And then my sales manager's like, bro, if you keep doing that, like we're not going to allow you to handle phone calls because
you're throwing away leads.
You're blowing our money.
Now, considering that that's over a decade ago, this is important because nowadays, right, you don't have so much of a barrier in terms of information, right? A lot of times we're in a position where we have the control, we know the numbers, the knowledge, but it's the internet age. People can look up numbers, they can shop, stuff like that.
Right.
So with that being said, even with homeowners that can go on Zillow, look at numbers, they kind of have an idea of what their home's worth, you still find great success with this technique, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Transparency. I 100% show all the information. Like I expect my sellers to be informed, just like I expect my buyers in the auto industry to be informed. I mean, Google and everything is so quick for people to have access to it. I think so many people make the mistake of trying not to be transparent. They want to try to show the low comp only, like the person that hadn't looked at the information in the neighborhood.
Right,
and stuff
people
like
are
that.
looking at it.
People don't know that their neighbor just sold their house for $200,000.
They all
Right.
know what their
Right.
neighbor sold their house
But
for.
what happens is you have a lack of credibility at that point because
do.
now that person's like, oh, you just want to show me the stuff that's going to be to your advantage and your advantage only. And I say I'm the exact opposite. I'm going to show you everything. One of the things I used to do in the auto industry, I would show somebody the invoice. And I say, hey, look, hey Mike, obviously like I own this vehicle for $23,000. Here's the invoice. I'm glad to let you go through and review all the numbers. But here's a couple things that's important to know. The government in North Carolina, our sales tax is 3%. I said the government's gonna make 3%. They didn't have to deal with you or none of your shit for the last 2 hours. I deserve at least what the government's gonna make in every transaction. So
That's strong.
So every single time, I would go from not having, I could go all the way to zero on my invoice. I'm saying, hey, look, at this point right here, at the 23,000, we make nothing. The government's gonna make 3%. They don't even have to deal with you. I should make at least that. Matter of fact, I think I deserve double. Before you know it, I was making more money. I was making more gross than before because I would ask people, how much do you think I'm supposed to make in this transaction? And they'll say $3,000. So now it's like, okay, perfect. I'm bumping $3,000 from invoicing this.
It's very, and again, I keep calling back, but one of the things that Grant always like to say is like, look, this is a business. Like, and if you come at it with like, I'm here to help you, and they're like, well, I need a lower deal. Well, if you're here to help me, give me a better deal. It's like, well, I'm here to make money.
Yeah, you got to put your skin in the game. You have to, like, I'm totally this way when I go with sellers as well. And I think what I always love to do, it's similar, right? So you say, hey, listen, if you go with a realtor, which I am a realtor, so it's easy.
Plug.
If you go, well, I don't, anyway. I'd rather buy your house. Hey, listen, if you go this route, they're going to make X%, and they aren't even going to, they're just throwing it up. They don't know the numbers in the neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you can go any route. But I think that's a strong close. Is how much do you think I should make on it, and then you can be super transparent about it.
Absolutely. Like I love to just be real. I tell people exactly what to expect throughout the entire process. I set up expectations. I let them know just kind of what's going on. Because a lot of people don't understand that sellers haven't been through this process, but maybe once or twice in their entire life. People don't buy houses every day.
That is huge.
Well, and that's the thing that as investors we always forget. If you've been in 100 houses, the person you're talking to, they may have only been in that one house their entire life.
You got to make them feel comfortable.
Correct.
You got it.
So I think the power and the value always comes from giving enough information and being transparent. I let people know exactly what to expect. I let them know what the process is going to look like from beginning to end. And then from there, I'm not the only option for you. I tell people that all the time. You might be able to save a little bit of money dealing with somebody else, or make a little bit more money dealing with somebody else. But here's what I can tell you. The process and how easy I'll make it for you is going to give you more value than that extra little bit of money that you can make. So I just create a lane for myself. And it's so surprising when you're here, like, every day every time I talk to a seller, I say, man, you sound so much different than everybody else. It's like a breath of fresh air. And it's because everybody's, so quick to try to talk money. They're so quick to try to think about what the potential profit can be for them, but they're not putting the seller in a position to, obviously be winning at the end of the day.
It goes back to it's my turn versus
it's our turn.
It's
baby.
our
Exactly.
turn.
So we're going to take another quick break, but before I do, I want to point out that the closers, 21 Proven Seekers, get it on Amazon. But not only that, at the end of this video, we'll do 10 random comment pickers. So drop your comments in Facebook, drop your comments in YouTube, and we'll be start sending those off. So But I'm gonna literally do that link like within 30 minutes or an hour right after this live stream. So make sure you drop those in there, and we'll pick some random comments. So what does that mean? The more comments you make, the more chance you get to get this book. So stick around. We'll be right back. Looking forward to it. Cool. What time?
Sorry, my phone's.
Is that your phone?
That was me. I know. I saw you.
So I'm coming back on, Casey.
What's up, IG? Y'all liking this?
Yeah,
right now,
come
or
back
what?
on IG. Yeah. So we got time, man. We can keep going for a good minute.
Y'all liking this,
You cool
guys?
with that?
Y'all liking it? Yeah.
What time you got to get back? 12, 12:30? 12:30?
Let's I like it. So my flight leaves at like 3.
Okay.
So I like to try to get back in.
All
I
right,
know
so
some people
we'll
want to
go
get
for
some
another,
autographs.
20 minutes.
That's
and we'll
good.
head back. Yeah.
Cool.
Coming back.
So come
Mike,
back on,
see?
Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch for the light.
Hey y'all, welcome back. We've been sitting here for a good little while talking about some amazing closes. Y'all need to be paying attention. And if you're just tuning in, we're sitting here with Tony the Closer. Has some amazing closes to help you sell more deals. So let's get back to it.
Yeah. And one thing I want to do is, because I know you just naturally flow. So what I'd like to do is the next 5 to 10 minutes, kind of let you get to wrap up the story that you have. Because I know Casey loves to be prepared, and she has that notebook full of questions. So
Always got questions.
yeah, I know. So if you don't, if I don't mind, like I just want to keep on letting you just do what you do, man.
Yeah, man. So a couple things for me, and obviously like the whole car experience. I went through 3 years of being an actual salesperson in the Hendrick Automotive Group. Every year, I was literally the top salesperson in the domestic group. I was selling 300 plus cars a year. Really just making a ton of money as a salesperson, having a schedule that was like very relaxed because I had a really good customer base. 2011, Hendrick purchased a dead dealership in Hoover, Alabama. It was
I don't even know where that is.
Don Drennan Buick, and it was Birmingham area essentially. And when I got into this dealership, literally this was a dead dealership. They were selling about 6 cars a month. So you can imagine me as a salesperson, I was selling 20 plus cars a month in my sleep. And I'm going to a place in Alabama where I'm now getting my opportunity to run a store, and I get a shit store and a shit opportunity. So we get out this deal, and the first week that I'm there, Alabama has this EF5, the largest tornado in Alabama history, comes and just wipes out Tuscaloosa and everything else. This is my first. I'm like, shit, Rick, I gotta get out of here. I'm going back to North Carolina.
It was like what, 2010?
2010 or 11.
I just remember that. 'Cause I
10
just
or
remember
11.
Alabama football. They're like the whole team went to
10 or 11. I'm not exactly the
Yeah.
year, but yes. And so I get in this dealership, and it's complete shit. We had to start from ground zero, and in a couple months, I took that to the #1 store in the Southeast.
So, did you see that as an opportunity, or is that more like, oh shit, I got to get to work?
Well, to me, it was another challenge. I'm extremely competitive. I knew I was getting my opportunity, and I knew it wasn't an ideal opportunity. I would have rather been in North Carolina, where it was the fully functioning, already running dealership. I didn't get the opportunity to do it the way I would like to do it, but I went and I freaking crushed it. I took a store that was completely dead, and we turned it to GM's top store.
Did you do that through training your staff, the way that the techniques you learned?
It was crazy. So obviously, cool. The crazy part of the story is like the average salesperson at this dealership when I got there was like 68 years old, and they had been in this deal for a long time. This was a store that the father, it was a family-owned store. The father owned it. He died. He passed it to his son. His son let it just run into the ground, and they just had the same team there for the entire time. So from one, I had to come in and I had to train guys who were pretty stubborn and stuck in their ways for a long time. Then I had to hire a whole bunch of new sales staff to ensure that we could obviously be successful. Well, as I'm doing this, I'm like literally like you talking about. I was the one-man wrecking crew. I trained my salespeople from the beginning. My process, I was training every single day. I mean, like relentless training every day. We get into work at 8 o'clock. We got an 8 to 8:30 sales meeting every day for 30 minutes. We're working on something, and it was just like I would have my salespeople literally hey, you go meet the customer, introduce the customer to me. I will qualify, get all the information, ask all the questions to put the customer in the right vehicle, point them in the right direction. I have my salesperson then in turn go take the customer on a test drive. Then they would come bring them back to me. I would handle all the numbers, all the finance and everything. So I was like really, I was handling the full process on my own. I wanted to be hands-on with every transaction to ensure that we were getting these deals. And we ended up having like 50 new Buicks sold, which was like, we beat the Cary store, who was the store for the Buick store. Like, it was like Rick's baby. I went to Birmingham and I whipped their ass. And what happened is GM and everybody noticed the Propelio. And I called my wife at the time and I was like, hey, look, pack your shit, we're going home, because I know my worth. I knew that my value was more than anybody could pay me in a paycheck at that point. I understood that as an entrepreneur, I could gain a lot more and I could, touch a lot more people. And I opened up my own car dealership and everything's going well for a while. Then that shit failed. I had one deal that went to crap, and it was a major deal. It was like a $300,000 deal. I was basically working with athletes, high end, NFL and NBA players, and I had an NBA player who messed up a really bad deal, and it cost me my entire business. So I told you guys in the car, Max and I, obviously always close. I'm an extremely good gambler. So for about 2 years, I was going around freaking gambling and just like living this crazy high life of winning. I was winning massive amounts of money on a level that was just like, really, it was like a movie. I'm going through the airport with, $1 million, $250,000 at a time in my book bag. It was literally a movie. It was crazy. And like, I was letting.
Note to self: do you still do that? In which airplanes or flight? It's like Tanya or Nancy Kerrigan, and you like get your knee.
I kind of changed my ways now, man. So
don't come mugging Tony. He does not have $1 million in his
I
book
wouldn't
bag.
approach you anyway. To be honest.
You got to be a badass. I'm gonna tell you that. So just I was getting involved in like the wrong stuff, and my mind wasn't right, and I ended up getting arrested. I went to jail in 2017. January, and I was in with $1 million damn bond, and life was completely flipped upside down. So I spent 63 days in jail, and that was like my turning point. So I had hit rock bottom. I had to obviously bond out of jail on $1 million bond, go through the whole legal process, and this was like an all-time low for me. I mean, literally, like, I had hit all-time low. Everybody I considered a friend, everybody that was the big supporter, partying with me and doing all that stuff, they were nowhere to be found. And one person that was Max Maxwell. Every single time I picked up the phone, everything that we did, he was just extremely supportive. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I had just started doing the real estate stuff right before I got arrested with my father. So we started this national wholesale company, and 3 or 4 months into it, now I'm in jail, and I took about a 6-month window to get my mental capacity, worked on some things in the past that I hadn't addressed, and I went to counseling. It was like 100% fix myself before I could ever work on anything else. And
I just want to give you kudos on that, because one, there's so many stereotypes about working on yourself and getting counseling, seeking therapy, just as a society as a whole.
Yep.
And then you elevate to that the male psyche, that's even more. And then you throw on like the heritage, like African Americans, even more. So that good for you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I had to make a truly concentrated effort. The way I was committed to trying to be successful, I had to put the same type of work into myself, my personal health, my mental health. Had some unresolved stuff from my childhood that was still bothering me, and I hadn't really addressed it. And I took time to really truly commit to that. And the best thing I can tell anybody is I gave myself the ability to forgive myself and forgive others who caused hurt to me. Mm-hmm. And that's where ultimately, like, everything that's now happened has come for me, where I just truly say, you know what, it's going to be forgive myself. I won't hold on to any of my past mistakes. Nobody can hold anything over my head. And, Max had been working on his YouTube. And he was like, hey, man, it seems like you're ready to go. And I want to make sure I can help you push you in the right direction. I'm going to tell my audience that you're Tony the Closer. And, Rick, you guys, kind of know the rest.
How long ago was that when he did that for you?
The truly unveiling of Tony the Closer was live last year.
The true unveiling.
And real quick, if you're not familiar with Maxwell, just go to youtube.com and type Maxwell.
You'll find him.
You'll find him. He does a lot of good content. He was actually on a show here with Corey Thompson, Roughneck Real Estate. So, and you have a YouTube channel as well.
Tony the Closer is my YouTube channel.
Done.
Yes.
So, it's all, again, going back to the abundance. It's our time.
It's our time.
Oh my God!
Well, at some point, we're going to get them, guys. We're going to let them know it's our
Folks
turn.
for getting that tattooed on Ryan Harper.
But you know what, though? Maybe I'm doing it on purpose to highlight it that it's our turn.
It's
There you
our
go.
turn.
But you know what's going to happen later? I'm going to be like, fuck, which one was it?
What I really like about the transparency in yourself is because I kind of want to take. So, amazing story, but I want to really break it down for people watching, the people who everybody has to close deals. You
Right.
can't run this business without closing deals. You can get somebody else to do it, or you can do it. Something I found in my business is that nobody closes as well as my husband and I. So I don't, and of course you can train them, but a piece is missing. That mindset has to be there. And I always say you can't teach that. So for somebody who is in this place, right, they got to go in, they've got to talk to sellers, they've got to close deals. There's something that I've heard you talk about, and it's when people are first getting started. You have some advice for them. And a lot of times it's not to just go pick up the phone, right?
Correct.
You talk about actually making them go in person, and so many people are so fearful of both of these things, but I find that most people are more fearful of being in person.
Correct.
And after hearing you talk, I'd love your insight on this. What do you think is the mind block for somebody that's so scared to be in person, considering that you've got to be transparent and you have to be yourself in order to be really good at this? Two things then. What is the biggest barrier to people in their mind for going in person, and why do you suggest that they go in person versus being on the phone?
Sure. I
Long question.
think it's the first and foremost the fear of rejection. Everybody fears rejection and the unknown. They don't really know what to expect. They don't even know. A lot of people don't understand that this is even real. It's not real to them yet.
Mm-hmm.
So until they have success and they understand that, helping people solve problems and being face to face can help them, shortcut a lot of that stuff. That they're in. It's all mental. So it's like, hey, am I truly going to be able to even go in front of somebody and make them believe that I can buy their house and I don't even have the fucking money?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, that's a major worry for people. How can I, over the phone, you can hide, you can be sitting in your underwear at home, and it's like, you can say whatever. A lot of people, keyboard warriors or whatever, it's more comfortable for them. It doesn't mean because somebody says no, they're still hiding behind their own security blanket. But I encourage everybody to go face to face and meet people, because you can build more rapport. It creates a higher sense of perceived value, and it really, people can get more personable with you. They can decide if they truly like you or not. If you have a likable personality or whatever, that stuff, like, people resonate with real life people. It's so many people that are actually virtually wholesaling in their own market. Like, somebody's 10, 15 minutes away from them, and they don't even take the time to go drive to the property because it might be a waste of the time and they might say no. Mm-hmm. And to me, if a person has a property that they have an inkling that they want to sell, I want to have a conversation. I want to know what's going on and how we can figure something out that might be to their advantage.
And we talk about always having as many tools in your toolbox in this business. So if you're doing over the phone and it doesn't match that box, you're already on to the next phone call, the next lead. But if you're in person, you don't have to have a box. You can have a whole case, or whatever analogy we want to use.
Correct.
It doesn't fit this? Okay, it fits this. Doesn't fit this? Go this route. And then, you need a listing agent? Well, I'm not going to use Casey because she doesn't want to do it, but I'll go to a different agent. But my point being is, like, then maybe Casey or maybe somebody, maybe they remember me next time and they float me a deal. So it's that abundance and working together, but having multiple tools.
I think it forces you to be yourself too. When we're face to face, I can't hide behind anything.
Absolutely.
As the person who's trying, you the seller, me the buyer, I can't hide. I have to figure out how to be myself. I remember the first sale appointment I ever went on, I was literally just shaking. And I remember going out of that and calling my boss and I screwed that up. He goes, Casey, just make a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Start with making a friend and then worry about the rest. And that changed my whole career. So I think that that's great advice.
That's great information.
And I want to pick up on something. You shouldn't be face to face. You should be shoulder to shoulder.
Shoulder to shoulder. There you go.
There's a nugget.
Shoulder to shoulder,
There's
in
that.
person, and all that kind of stuff. So really, a lot of people say, hey, cold calling is kind of the way. Marketing trends kind of ebb and flow. You're one of the first people that I think is really kind of honed in on that and saying, listen, don't pick up the phone if you're new. Just go door knock. Go, if you get a phone call, say, hey, listen, I'll be right there. That's big. A lot of people are terrified.
Do you do a lot of door knocking?
So I do.
No, you're good.
We got a little thing that we use deal machine a lot.
Yeah.
And we say, I'll deal machine your house, right? And then part of that is that we'll go door knock. We want to just have interaction. If you can't get them on the telephone, if you feel like you're really helping somebody solve a problem, you'll do whatever is necessary to get in contact with them. So absolutely, whether that means door knocking, cold calling, and on a massive, like many attempts and as many approaches as I possibly can.
And I do want to throw this out there because I know some people are nervous about being an African American male door knocking a house. Like, can we get into that? Because I know.
Yeah,
it's
real though.
Because I hear if somebody says that, I'm like, that's just an excuse. No, man, you don't know what it's like. You know what it's like. Well, here's a guy that says he does it.
He's
so
very successful.
let's talk about it.
So honestly, I tell people, when you want something bad enough, don't worry about all that stuff because it's self-limiting beliefs. That's all it is.
Yeah.
For me, when I started doing my Instagram lives every day, I was super uncomfortable with being on a live in front of a camera, not being able to see, not being able to know who's on the opposite side of what they expect or anything like that. And now it's like, shit, man, I sit back here, I'm like, hey, man, we just kidding, man, this is a good time. But it takes time to get to that point to where you're confident and comfortable with being around.
And you're only going to get there
by
doing it.
By taking action.
And speaking of, you just you just made your IG public.
I
so
did.
what's your IG handle?
My Casey by House is CASEY, Casey Della. But you went live with us right before, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like my worst nightmare come true. But it's not that bad, and it was fun. And so now I'm going to take your advice and consistently go live and just be myself, because I think that's that was another question you kind of already answered, was fear is obviously the biggest barrier to people getting into this business.
Sure.
And a lot of that fear is based on the fact that people don't have any money getting into the business.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying, forget all that, put it away. It's about confidence.
Absolutely.
And how do you get confidence? You
just
go do it. You do. And fail. I always tell people, what is the worst thing that's going to happen? Go through those scenarios in your head. The door gets slammed in your face. Okay, you're never going to see him again. Listen, I've been to countless doors. I've only been attacked by a dog once, and it was a scheduled appointment. Okay, I never had an issue with people at the door.
And I personally haven't had any crazy.
I'm the only one that's had a shotgun on me.
Have you really?
Yeah, when I was 12 and I was doing a newspaper.
You were 12?
Yeah, I was doing door-to-door newspaper salesman.
Oh man, have you? What's like the worst thing that's ever happened to you at a door?
Worst thing that happened to me at a door was damn cats, man. I hate cats.
See, for me, a dog
like
legit
dirty
attacked
houses.
me.
What happened to me? Like I hate like filthy houses. I look at it.
But
I'm
you know
like,
what? What's the
I gotta
smell
tell you
of
about
cat
one.
piss? It's the smell of money,
Money.
baby.
Yeah.
It is.
It's money, but damn.
No,
I'm like, I need to go change my shoes real quick. Hold on, man. I'll be right back.
It's true.
As you drive home, you drive right by the dumpster here. You can have this shirt. You can have these
drop all my
pants.
shit off, man. You can have all this shit.
I'm pretty sure.
This stuff is stained with that smell.
My husband and I have a reputation for finding these houses where people just defecate in their own house.
Oh my god!
And so but hey, do you know how much
not
money
gold
these people
nugget
are
that.
making off of these? But we were laughing. He's like, "How rude is it to put shoe covers on before you enter?" And I'm like, "At this point, I don't think it matters."
It's been a couple properties I've been in where I wish I could have put a skin cover on because it was pretty disgusting inside. But outside of that, man, it's money opportunities, and a lot of people are in situations where they need to do something different and make some money. So you need to get your ass up there.
So here's my tip before we wrap up too much. Always have a bottle of Purell in your car.
Absolutely.
Because there might be some people that you're looking at and you're like, oh God, I do not want to shake this person's hand. Just shake the hand.
Just shake the hand.
Purell.
If you open my car, you'll see Purell in the
Purell in the truck.
the thing. That's awesome. So the point is that, listen, nothing that bad is going to happen. So just do it. Go through that rejection until you don't care anymore, until you get that confidence. Because at the end of the day,
It was that easy to go IG live. I was like, how do you do it?
That quick. Quick.
Did y'all that's a nugget. That he literally in 3 seconds went IG live.
Again.
he's on it.
Again.
He's on it.
And he's consistent. So what are some final thoughts to this conversation? We've talked about so much, like just to put a bow on it.
Maybe for what are your final thoughts on, or your best advice for your newest investors and maybe more seasoned investors? We'll
Yeah,
put two ends
that's a good way.
So I think the thing that I really impress upon is that everyone, new, old, no matter what your level of experience is in this business, if you feel like your business isn't getting the results that you want and you're not getting face to face with people, that's the number one thing I would tell everybody. It's secret number 3 in my 21 proven secrets is get face to face with sellers, as many sellers as you possibly can, and work on your business and your craft every single day. This isn't people expect big results. Obviously, the checks that we get. I just had a guy the other day that made $78,000 in an assignment fee. Using that actual price is the easiest part of my job, rebuttal, and that was a fake. He was driving for dollars. He used the rebuttal when he called this person, and then he got face to face, and he was able to lock up the contract. And he had won about 6 to 8 months without a deal. And I think he had $500 left. He was drawing blood to be able to provide for his family. And just getting face to face with a seller, it changed his whole situation. Now he's got room to breathe. He ended up actually getting 7 contracts in 5 days, made over $130,000. And that's what, to me,
He get his blood back. He's like,
I'm sure his blood is back now. But I think that what that really says is if you feel like you really want something, you go and you put every single thing that you can into it until you get the results that you want. And you have to.
Real estate investors out there, when you are networking and you meet somebody like a Tony, he's like, man, I made $10 million on a deal last year. You don't say this to be rude, but in your head, it's like, cool, so what? That doesn't mean anything. We can still network. We can still be cool. So again, it's not a measuring contest. You can just hang out and you're a dude. I'm a dude. You're a dude. We're just
I'll
chill.
be a dude. That's cool.
Yeah.
And you don't see the struggle behind it, which is why I love these interviews, because you were in prison not too long ago.
Jail, not
Jail,
prison.
sorry.
Did not go to prison.
I don't even know the lingo.
Prison, your ass is locked up.
Jail.
He's like, I'm real
You
quick.
were in jail.
Nope.
And not too long ago, and you kind of were up and down and up and down. I mean, shoot, your dad was in real estate he's been for decades,
23 years,
right? And I asked you why did it take you so long? And you had a lot of,
I just wasn't ready yet.
You weren't ready yet, yeah. So
I didn't even realize my dad was as successful. I mean, I knew he was successful, but when I truly saw the dynamic of what he had built, I was like, "Holy shit, Max!"
You're like, why do you even try to do the NFL thing? Screw
football. My dad makes more money than football players, man. Like, this is crazy, man.
Just buy a team.
Yeah. So obviously, just my journey and each of our journeys will all be determined by our own path, and you can't measure someone else's success by what yours is going to be.
Right.
You just go the course, man, and be consistent for what you want.
And a huge takeaway from that is, right, every single person can read a script. I could probably go across 5 different closers, and they're going to read that script and do that in completely different ways. So what you're saying really is pull from who you are, be transparent about it, and just make your own way, because it's going to look different.
And I'm not a big fan of scripts because I think it makes you sound like a robot.
It does.
Y'all know what I'm about to say right now. #fuck scripts.
There you go.
So all these people, there's so many people pumping scripts and everything else. I think the process and everything should be extremely natural. I think this framework of things that are important that you should have asked and questions, but I don't go by a set template, because when you have somebody on the phone who's extremely guarded and they've been through some things, you're not going to be able to read that script and try to help that person, because that person's not going to be the person that's going to say hello. They're going to be like, what the heck you want? How you going to get? How much money you can get me, and everything else. So it's really, really important not to try to become scripted, but to understand framework and how important asking the right questions and helping people truly is.
That's a huge deal.
#fuck scripts.
There you go.
So Casey, what's that one final lingering question that's
The
eaten
one
that
final
yet.
linger. Man, I'm all over the map. I'm just like, talk more.
Yeah.
Talk more.
Well, he's got to catch flight.
Well, no, I honestly, I wanted to close on that question. I wanted to close on that question as to what's holding people back and what you need to do to go forward. And it sounds easy, you know. You gotta just sit yourself down and ask yourself what you're so scared of. Go through the exercise of saying what's the worst that can happen, and then I would say go do it. And I'd like to end on that one myself, just because I think that's big.
And my final question would be, like, why should I buy your book? Like, what am I going to get out of this book?
Here we go.
You're going to get a shortcut in your learning curve of everything that I've went through the last 10 plus years of sales experience and what's helped me become successful. There's some great framework and some great questions and some great ways to position yourself. There's been, I think, over $1.5 million in people who sent me checks that they've used generating off the secrets inside the 21 Proven Secrets. And to me, you know, we didn't touch on it yet, but, you know, one of the things that I did this year is I came in with the 100K Club Blueprint, where I put a daily actionable game plan for a new investor who doesn't understand what they should be doing day in and day out for 100% free. You can go to the link in my Instagram bio. It'll give you some framework of what you should be doing, what your business should look like day in and day out. Even if you don't have a lot of money, it's a lot of stuff that you can do 100% free. Because obviously I have things that I monetize and make money off, but I want to make sure you got get your feet in the door money to be able to be successful. So 100K Club, it's our turn. 100K.com is the URL to get that blueprint. At the end of the year in November, we're going to Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas, and we're going to turn that son of a bitch upside down with everybody who's came with me on a journey from zero to $100,000. I have a big passion for helping people. I've committed my entire every day to being loyal and being transparent and helping as many people as I possibly can. And I said at the end of the year, we're going to celebrate it because there's been some amazing stories and some people have been changed.
So as far as like final plugs, you've got the book, you've got the Road to 100K,
The blueprint.
The blueprint to 100K. What else can our community, Propelio, our little community, what can we do for you? How can we help bring value to you?
It's our turn, man. We just support each other. Like the reality is, I don't.
I think what he just said was learn the damn hashtag. It's not time, it's turn.
Come on, Ryan.
It's our turn.
So I just really want people to really just buy into the community aspect, buy into sharing and helping as many people as you possibly can, being transparent, helping the people that are in your market. Don't look at people as competition. Look at them as people that you can do business with and grow with.
That right there.
And
it's not competition.
There is no competition. I'm so like people ask me about other influencers and things of that nature, and I'm so committed and so locked into the people that I'm actually helping. I don't even know half the people.
Yeah, you talked about that earlier today. Blinders.
Yeah, my blinders on, man. Like people are like, do you know this dude? That dude? I'm like, no disrespect, but no, man, because I'm so focused on my actual people that I'm helping on a day in and daily basis.
Yeah.
So many of my followers met me in the last couple of days here at We Live, and they're like, you know my name? Like, how do you? That's crazy. Like, I take pride in knowing who my people are and who I'm helping, and I remember each and every one of you guys.
And it's funny you said it because we have a very passionate, very engaged group on Facebook. Now it's growing on YouTube. And subtle plug, again, drop comments, whatever. Talk to us in the comment feed, and we're going to pick 10 random comments to give this book away to. So if you went in on that, get it. But what I was going to get to is being at the event, the We Live 19, is like people come up to me and like, I'm so-and-so. I'm like, man, I love your content. I see it all the time. I'm like, well, I've never heard of you, man. Like, do you drop comments? He's like, well, no. Bro, like, get in there.
We want to help.
Like, if you drop comments in our feed and you're freak with it, guess what? I know who you are. Look at Sonia Ray out of Phoenix. She's our biggest fan, and she's probably already dropped 80 comments in this feed. And you know what? She gets handwritten cards, she gets T-shirts, she gets shout-outs on the show because she's engaging. So if you want to be a part of that community, you got to engage.
That's what I tell people. That's all I ask for. Go like my post, man. Go look at. hey, cut your TV on at home, put the YouTube on, and go to work. Let me run for 8 hours. Just keep it on repeat, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Let that ad run the entire
yeah,
time.
just let it run, man. Like, other than that, man, I just really want to see people succeed. I want to see people help each other and grow.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
it.
any other plugs? Anything else? Anything else? Any other plugs? Or I just said that, didn't I?
Yeah, several times.
Make
cold calling great
Make cold
again.
call great again, baby.
There you go.
That's it, man.
All right, Tony, the
Very
closer.
cool.
Casey, you want to kick us out of here?
Well, I'm incredibly inspired to grow, my community as well. I've always been fearful about that. Honestly, you've inspired me to open up my Instagram. So come follow me, Casey Buys Houses, CASEY Buys Houses. I'd love to engage with everybody, see how we can help each other. I'm in DFW buying properties, buying houses. So I'd love to connect.
And how can we get a hold of you, sir?
Instagram TRob56, YouTube is Tony the Closer, Twitter is TRob56. If you just put TRob56 and everything, you'll probably
You'll
find me.
find it.
And I'm Ryan S. Harper on pretty much everything, so follow us. Propelio.com. If you're looking for leads, you're looking for websites, you're looking for access to true MLS comps, check out Propelio.com. I mean, obviously they run the lights here, so gotta pay the man.
And I wore this shirt today, Make Cold Calls Great Again, because I just released a cold calling course.
Boom.
So if you
Plug
guys need more information, if you'd like to know how to be efficient on using the telephone and having that confidence when you talk to a seller to know exactly what to say, so you don't have to worry about getting cursed out. I do have a cold calling course that's a 4-week interactive course where you literally get on the calls with me. We go through everything, and I'm talking about hands-on training from me, which obviously I have a ton of experience when it comes to actually cold calling. So there is a link in my Instagram bio for the cold calling course.
You want to drop it here too?
What is that? I got so many URLs right now. Holy crap.
Just go to
Look it
Instagram.
The closersprovenphonesystem.com.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll drop it in the comments.
We'll
The
drop it,
closersprovenphonesystem.com.
Excellent.
The Closer's Proven Phone System.
And you know what?
I can
If you
get that right.
hey, there you go. Everybody in the comment feed, drop that website in the comment, because then you might get a opportunity to win this book.
That's gold.
So take Casey,
advantage.
get us out of here.
Yeah, so thanks for joining in. Continue to like, comment, share, because we're all going to be going back into this feed answering questions. If you have questions for Tony, I'm sure he's transparent and he's going to answer them for you. So take advantage, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.
Excellent.
Woo! Y'all are on that. I felt like I was just keep talking.
That
It's cool.
was fun, man.
Yeah, hey, appreciate it, man. That was good.
Awesome. That was great.
Oh, Lord. I know y'all didn't see me the whole entire time, but I just want to say hello. I'm Ryan Harper,
You're the other
at
voice.
Ryan S. Harper. I'm trying to get better at this Instagram stuff, so thank you for letting me play on your feed, Mr. Tony.